My lips are sticking in my teeth. Hi y'all, and welcome to a new episode of Talkin with Taylor. Today I am joined by veteran actress and improv artist Mary Beth Burns, and I've had the pleasure of spending the morning with her, and I cannot wait for you to meet this wonderful woman. Today, we're really calling you Sister, because you're returning from one of our favorite franchises, the Late Night Catechism series with Sister Strikes Again. And you're back in Kansas City, but this is your first time with us, is that right?
Yes.
And you've had a couple of days in Kansas City. It's very cold and snowy, but we're very warm here inside. And how do you like Kansas City so far?
I love it. The people are very friendly. I love where I'm staying. It's a very diverse neighborhood. And the snow makes me feel right at home.
Because you're originally from Chicago, and now you're a Michiganite, if that's a word. Is that a word?
Michigander.
A Michigander.
Yeah.
I like that even better. And so you're used to the cold weather and the snow. This is not uncommon for you.
Yeah. And it's an exciting time to be here, too.
Yeah.
With the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Yeah, I tried to wear my red today. You know, this is the closest thing I'll get to a jersey. But you know, hey. So, sister, tell me about this show. I haven't seen it yet, and I'm very excited to.
Well, the whole franchise of Late Night Catechism, as you were talking about, is a one-woman show. The actress plays a part of Sister, and each show in the series has a focus on a different sacrament. For example, the show that we're doing right now, Sister Strikes Again, focus on the sacrament of penance. So we're talking about how we can use the sacrament of penance and the Ten Commandments to help us get to heaven and avoid hell. The show that was here previous was the Christmas show, and so that was obviously a recreation of the Nativity with a little twist, a little mystery twist. And then the show that you had here before that was the original.
Yeah, the OG.
Right, which talked about primarily the lives of the saints and did a nice kind of overview.
Yeah. And it takes place in a wonderful kind of classroom setting. I didn't go to Catholic school, but I feel like I will after I've seen the show. And so, but you have an actual real life wonderful history of being a teacher.
That's
so
right.
Tell me, what do you bring from real life as a teacher when you step on the stage as a teacher?
Well, that's a very good question. It's all really a nice blend because teaching is acting to a large extent. And in this case, acting is teaching to a large extent.
Right.
So it's a beautiful hybrid of both. I think classroom management is something that I bring to this particular show because oftentimes you have people that are talking or maybe they're talking with the person next to them or somebody comes in late or their phone goes off. So you're kind of juggling different people in different situations and trying to keep a couple balls or a few balls in the air at the same time, which is what I did many times in the classroom with my students. So it's a lot of fun. I've been doing this show for almost 16 years. Started off learning the original, and there's no looking back. I mean, I've learned all the shows except for one, but there's an Easter show, a Vegas show, a fun show where we talk about the sacrament of marriage and last rites, and there's a little, like a dating game show in there. So it's been a lot of fun, and it's actually challenged me as an actor, not only as in acting, but also in my improv.
Absolutely, and you have this wonderful improv history too. In addition to being a teacher, you have been in the famous Second City.
Right, with their national touring company.
Yeah, which is incredible to me. And I think that the improv fascinates me. I mean, the ability to have, you're the only person up here on the stage, which would really terrify me. But I mean, how do you get that quickness? Do you channel that from your time with that training at Second City?
I do, but also the reality is I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these shows.
Yeah.
So sometimes you know kind of what to expect.
Right.
So you have your arsenal of
Sure.
things in your pocket. But I'm always delighted when I get a question or a new situation that I haven't had before. I like it when I really genuinely laugh.
Yeah.
And often I'll say I've been teaching a long time, and that's a first. And that usually means that it's true and I'm tickled.
Right.
So I just love it. And another thing that I really like about the show, it brings healing to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that was very unexpected. I mean, and I'm not talking about laughter is the best medicine. I'm talking about real healing. There have been a number of times, more times than I can remember actually, where when we do the nun collection at the end of the show, where I've had people say, my husband has cancer, I've been with him in the hospital for 2 weeks, and I needed to laugh.
Yeah.
Or, I've had people say, you're making a difference, you have no idea. And there's been numerous stories such as that.
Yeah. I think that's really wonderful, and that is a good element of this show, is that not only are you giving back on stage, but you're giving back to the nuns, the people in the community around us too, which they'll find out more at the show about. But on that line, I think people take away so much from this show. Is there a lesson, a favorite lesson that you have?
And this might sound a little hokey, but it's just to be kind. To be kind to one another. And, the character of Sister comes from a different time, in a different place, where sometimes some of the things she says might be a little irreverent.
Right.
But that's from her base and her understanding of when she came up and how she grew up. And there's a whole segment of the Catholic population that went to school who remembers certain things being said or certain attitudes. For example, girls are good and boys are bad, different things like that. But at the end of the day, I think Sister always wants you to be kind, and we can laugh, but help one another and be kind.
I think that's a simple lesson, but one of the best lessons. Yeah. 2 last questions I really want to ask you. They're just fun. What's your guiltiest pleasure?
Okay, I was ready for this question. I was thinking. Binge-watching Netflix original series.
Oh,
I love it.
I love that too.
Orange is the New Black.
Love that
House
show.
of Cards.
Grace and Frankie. That's my.
Oh, yes, with Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda.
That show.
So that really is, and I can go down that rabbit hole if I start watching. Just one more.
One more. Yeah.
And then it's over, and there's a tremendous feeling of loss.
I love that. Last question. What brings you joy right now in your life?
Well, I live on a hobby farm, and we have all kinds of animals. And what brings me a lot of joy is on a day when we have 5 dogs, bring out the dogs and be outside with the horses and the sheep. And that's very peaceful, and it's very joyful. And when I can just stop and watch and just see the beauty of these beautiful creatures just living their life and being a part of everything. And also it helps if it's not raining or snowing.
Right.
It's also good if the wind is blowing just right.
Well, it sounds like nirvana to me.
Yeah. It's a peaceful lifestyle.
I love it. Well, this is a wonderfully wise woman, and I have learned a lot from her, and I know you will too, so I cannot wait for you to come out and see Sister. Thank you for sitting with me.
Thank you, Taylor. It's been fun talking with you.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Talkin with Taylor. For more videos like this, follow us on social media at Casey Starlight and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Casey Starlight. Sister Strikes Again plays Starlight Theater now through Sunday, January 27th. Get your tickets at CaseyStarlight.com.